I haven't made a video in a very long time. I've definitely never made a video of me just sitting and talking, so this is kind of weird for me, but I just wanted to give a little life update and how things are going here in Thailand. And I guess for those of you who don't know, if you might be watching, for the last almost 2 years I've been living in Thailand. I've been living in a city right next to Bangkok, and right now we are being affected a lot by the coronavirus. And I mean, it's not just us, it's all these countries all around the world, Asia, even like European and America are being affected so much by this virus. And right now it is causing a lot of fear and a lot of hurt, and I kind of want to just talk about that really quick. First of all, I just want to say that like I am okay. For my friends, for my family, for the people at home that keep asking me, I am okay. I am not afraid of getting the virus. We're doing a lot to keep our school clean, and we've actually canceled school. On February 28th, it was a Friday, they canceled school for the first time, and then on that day they announced that we'd be canceling for another 2 weeks. Well, week and a half, 2 weeks. And so what we've been doing for the last week, today is Thursday, so since Monday, we've been teaching online. But by teaching online, that means we've been posting assignments for the kids to do, and then their parents have to take pictures of the assignments and then send it to us, and then they get participation points that way. And we've just been spending the whole time deep cleaning the whole school, and we had special cleaners coming in on Saturday, and they sprayed all of our rooms, and we are doing a lot. We have a closed campus, so other people from the outside, even parents, are not allowed to come onto our campus. And so we have been taking so many steps, and because of that, I don't feel any type of fear about getting the disease or the virus. And if I did, I know that it'd be okay, because one, of course, I got God, but two, Thailand has such good health care, and the hospitals are great, and I have really good insurance from my school. Thank you, GES. But I'm not afraid of that. The thing that I want to update you on is, even though I myself am not afraid of getting it, it's still a scary thing for a lot of people. A lot of people, students, parents, it's scary for them, and they don't want it. And so I guess what happened was, on last Wednesday, I was teaching a class, and I was actually teaching Chapel. So I was on stage talking, and all of my kids, there's 6 classes, and I was teaching, and while I was teaching, there was an office lady who kept coming in and pulling kids out. And I started with 19 kids, and by the end of the day, I had 13. I'm editing this video right now, and I just realized that I forgot to say that the reason the office lady kept coming in and grabbing kids was because their mom and dads showed up to come pick up the kids, because there was a case in Bangkok where a little boy found out that he had the virus because of an uncle or a grandpa or someone who just came back from Japan. And so the mom and dads of my students heard about this. It was in the news, so then they came to school to pick up their kids. And that was just last Wednesday. That was a week and 1 day. But it was like, when chapel was over and I went back to my 13 students, I was, I guess, hit with the reality of how serious this is and how much it is affecting this country. And it was because of that they decided to cancel school, because I mean, it is a really scary thing for a lot of people. And in Asia, people travel a lot. Like, some of my students' parents live overseas, and then they come over and like spend time with the family, and then they go back and then they work, and there's a lot of traveling that goes on, and that's why it's so easy to spread. I know in America it's not as common to just travel from country to country for jobs, but in Asia it is very common, and that's why it is spreading so fast and so much. And it happens so often that the school has decided that whenever school does come back into session, that they're going to be doing passport checks. So they're going to search all of our passports to make sure that we haven't gone to the countries that are flagged right now or banned to go to. I think right now the last time I checked, there was 40 cases in Bangkok or in Thailand, but most of them are in Bangkok, which just comes with living next to a huge city. That part is kind of scary for us just because we are so close. But right now we are just really, really praying that it's lifted in all of these countries. I have a trip in April. I'm going to Australia, and to get to Australia, we have a 1-hour layover in Singapore. And because of that 1-hour layover, we might have to cancel our whole entire trip. And there's no other ways to get there unless you go through Malaysia, but then we would lose our tickets. And so, because of the 1-hour layover, it's like a flagged country, which means that we can't transport there. We can't go there and then transfer somewhere else, because if you're in the country, then you have to self-quarantine yourself. It's pretty much you just separate yourself for 14 days. It's self-quarantine, so you're not like in a bubble and you're not in a hospital. You're doing it yourself. You're choosing to stay away and make sure that you don't have any of the symptoms or anything that the coronavirus has. But it's still a scary thing. And like the thought of losing our flights and our trip to Australia, we'd lose a lot of money because the flights were not cheap. It's Australia. And that would be so disappointing, but at the same time, I know there's nothing we can do except for sit and pray and just hope that the virus gets lifted. So if you're watching this, please pray. Pray for Singapore and all these other countries, but right now, especially Singapore, because I really want to go to Australia. We're also going to Laos, however you want to say it. People say it differently. I say Lao, but other people say Laos. Anyways, we're also going there in May, so pray that it doesn't go there. And another big one, please pray that when we eventually do go back to America at the end of May, that we don't need to self-quarantine ourselves, because then I would miss my bridal shower. But there are stores that have been shut down, and I was going to be running a race last Saturday. I was going to run a 10K race, and they canceled it. And there are Broadway plays in Bangkok that we're going to be showing that had to be canceled, and it is just affecting the country a lot. Okay, I think that's it. Like I said, I am not personally afraid of getting the virus. I am just really sad with how it's hurting the country so much and all these other countries, and for the people who have the virus or had the virus, I feel really sad for them because it's just bad and it's just spreading like crazy. And outside of the World Health Organization, it's hard to find reliable sources of what's true and what's not true. And so this is just my perspective of what I've seen and what I'm going through, I guess. And so yeah, just pray for the country, Thailand, just because of my connection with it. Pray for Singapore because of our flights, and just pray for all of it. Just pray that the coronavirus ends. It's my request. Other than that, life here is pretty good. The pollution, for whatever reason, has gone down this week. It's been really bad, but this week has gone down. Alright, thank you so much. Continue to pray. Goodbye.